Good to go?
Yep.
All right. We're back. No, we're here. First time, right?
Yeah.
First one for the night. All right. As usual, we'll run through the sponsors real fast. Got to thank them all. Can't do it without them. Just like racing, it always helps. We got Rapid Graphics in Rock Rapids if you need your cars lettered, signs made. Mount Tabor Cabinetry out in Central PA. Morning Sun Marketplace out in Central PA. My Race Pass. S2F. Start to finish, another streaming service. Houston Speedway, Mother's Day right around the corner. Turn 2 Lodge in Knoxville if you're looking for a place to stay. Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Heartland Hardware and Appliance, 3 different stores, Brandon, South Dakota, George, Iowa, and Hayward, Iowa, and Hero Haven. And I just want to mention our sponsor, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels. They got their new wheel balancer, automatic wheel balancer insert thingy. Go to their website and look at it. Look pretty cool, and I watched about it. Anyway, back to you, bud.
All right, we're going to start our podcast here. Hey, Hoagie's Garage, and we got a little change of plans tonight.
Change of plans. Things didn't work out with our first assignment.
Yeah, I had, the IRA winner, Jake Blackhurst. Is it Blackhurst?
I think so.
Was going to be on. He had something come up last minute, so I gave this dude a call.
And he was nice enough to feel sorry for us and come on the air.
Absolutely. And what a weekend it was for him. Ryan Timms, how the heck you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
You better be doing good.
Yeah. That was a pretty good weekend. Let's just jump right into your Knoxville weekend. I mean, give us a little rundown of how your whole night went, where you qualified, heat race, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I qualified, I want to say 5th. Got 5th, that sounds about right. And then I really I didn't qualify that great, honestly. I feel like we could have been a lot better. But, we went 5th to 3rd in the heat race, which, I mean, as long as you're in the invert, it's really just a coin flip at that point. And got lucky. I'm not sure what the invert was, but started 3rd. And then started the feature. My car just took off really well, and Corey didn't protect the bottom very well, and I was able to get underneath him going down the straightaway, and going into turn 1 had the lead. And when I realized I was in the lead, I was pretty much just running for my life, trying to be perfect and get away from Brian Brown.
Yeah, he didn't make it easy for you.
No, he was there. It was really nice to be able to have that speed and feel that comfortable, because the couple weekends that we were at Knoxville before that, the car's been good. I just was still getting, I still am, but was still getting used to Knoxville and trying to figure it out. And I felt like, this past weekend, obviously, we made some pretty big gains, and I made some big gains, and had a 200% improvement from past weekends. So it was really refreshing to get the first one out of the way, and to feel confident every time I go there now.
Yeah, absolutely. What did Shane think? Was he as excited as you were?
I think he was honestly a little more excited than I was.
Is that's his first win at Knoxville, isn't it, or not?
Second win.
Okay.
He won about this time last year with Scott. I'm not sure if it was the same race, or I think it might have been a month apart, but right around this time.
Yeah. Still on the same subject, but off the wall a little bit. We had a discussion in the garage here. When the starting lineup came out, we're like, what the hell is Brian Brown doing in the front row? He got lapped in his heat race.
Right.
But somebody tried to explain it to us that Knoxville, almost said Houston. It was close though. They go loud off of qualifying or something?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even explain it to you, honestly. I don't.
I was counting on you, Ryan. You're a racer. You're supposed to know all this.
You got to qualify really well, and then just manage where you're at in the heat race. You don't even got to pass anyone. I mean, I say heat races are pointless at Knoxville pretty much, but yeah, I guess whenever there's a low enough car count and you qualify good enough, you don't have to do that great in a heat race.
Yeah. Well, that's evidently so. Basically, if it's the same car count type situation, you don't have to take your chances with your car. I mean, it ain't like you got to put some bonsai move on and crash into
As
the
long as
wall.
you qualified well.
If you qualified well.
Right. Yeah,
But-
well, he did go quick time.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep,
I'm
yep.
not sure. Maybe you had to be quick. Maybe that only applies for quick time.
I
But, I mean, either way, I was happy. At first, I was, after the race, I was glad I didn't have to worry about Brian. But when I seen he was up there, I was kind of a little bit excited. Just I knew even if I did win, it would be even cooler to beat Brian, and if I didn't, I'm gonna get some good laps against the best guy.
Yeah. So I think in your post race, you said something to the fact that you thought you were doing a pretty good job, had a really good pace, and all of a sudden Brown stuck his nose underneath you one time.
Yeah, I was doing, because I always kind of struggled with just, as simple as it is, just going in a straight line. Like, it's, especially in Knoxville where it's a little bit more of a flat surface. I just, for whatever reason, tend to struggle staying smooth and straight and would kill a lot of speed. Once I got out in clean air, being in clean air makes that a lot easier. And I could definitely tell I was putting good laps together. And then I got to traffic and was having to move off of the top and try sliding guys and running the bottom. And it just kind of got me out of my rhythm a little bit. And Brown was able to close in on me. And I knew I wasn't running perfectly, but I didn't think I wasn't expecting him to catch me, honestly. And then when I saw him, he slid me. He was very generous. A lot of guys would not have gave me room there. I seen him come in there, and he kind of missed the bottom. Actually, if he would have hit the bottom, he 100% would have cleared the slider, but. He slid up in there, and then I think realized last minute he was probably gonna get into me, and I did lift, and I was ready to turn down, and then I realized his car stopped sliding up. He got out of it, and I just got back in it and was able to drive around him. And once I got back around him, I just locked in and made sure I ran as perfect laps as I could. I still didn't do it quite perfectly, but I felt like I did an okay job.
Yeah.
For what it's worth to you, we were a little nervous in the garage when we seen that slider coming too. Because we might have been rooting for you. We're not going to know.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I will say it didn't feel, in the moment, it didn't feel as hairy as it looked on the broadcast.
Well, it can't, or none of you guys would do it if it looked, because there's times it looks like you guys miss each other by an inch.
Yeah. Or they do, or they touch. Barely, so.
And you know, the pucker factor is bad enough when we're watching, let alone if you stick somebody like us in the seat, we'd just probably start crying. I don't know.
How would you say the whole team's gelling together? You've struggled a little bit with motors, I think, a little bit here and there, but as a whole, are you happy with how the team's going?
Yeah, really happy with it. There for a little bit, I don't know, I think it was just like a little bit of an adjustment period, at least for me, just with being full-time in a wing car now and being with a different team full-time on the sprint car side of things, and just getting comfortable and getting more used to the whole program. I feel like now we're to a point where everything's going really smoothly, and I feel like I'm back to kind of back to kind of normal and just a lot more confident than I was, say, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
it's going well. Just gonna keep racing and keep trying to click off more wins.
So, I'm just gonna put this out there for your own defense. You're what now, 18?
Yep, I'll be 19 in August.
Okay. So you've got how many laps logged at Knoxville? Not an overabundance. Everybody we talk to talks about Knoxville being a really technical track.
Mm-hmm.
And you, all last year and the year before, you run midgets besides, so you don't have that many laps in Knoxville to have that thing
Right.
figured out. So, don't put yourself down when you say you struggle there, because everybody struggles there. And in my opinion, you don't have that many laps there, and you beat a guy with hundreds of laps around that thing, or thousands maybe. I don't know. So I'd pat myself on the back just a little bit if I was you, and take that as a major victory.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a confidence booster for sure. I just, like you were saying, well, to me, Knoxville is out of all the racetracks I've been to, Knoxville is the toughest, hardest racetrack I've ever been to. So it took a while to get kind of used to everything. The speed, just being smooth, the way you gotta drive the car, and then just racing other guys. Another thing is this car compared to my 5T car is going, I mean, it's probably going 10 mile an hour faster into the corner, but it feels like 30 or 40 miles an hour into the corner. So it's definitely a different feeling. But it felt really good. I was happy with it. I was surprised that I wasn't happier than I was. I was honestly...
You're still in shock. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It took about a day to like fully set in and realize that.
Like, holy crap, I did do that.
Right. It felt better to get the win for Shane and for Marty, because Shane has known the whole time his car's, and so have I, that his car is fast enough there to win.
Yep.
And I just needed to finally get my stuff together, I guess. And with all the time and effort that these guys put in, it felt really good to get them that. So I was very happy.
You bet. Hey, give us a quick little, what does the next week or two look like for you? I know we're excited to see you up at Huset's here real soon, and I assume you're kind of looking forward to that also.
Yeah, I'll be at Huset's this Sunday. We're not going to be at Knoxville Saturday, unfortunately, just because Shane has obligations with his family. And so just Huset's this weekend, and then the following weekend will be Knoxville and Huset's Saturday and Sunday. And then after that, Jackson, Minnesota, Huron Speedway, and Huron.
Yep.
It's a fairground track.
Yep.
And then the 2-day Huset's race.
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day. And then Grand Forks and Fargo after that.
So that'll be about as close as Shane gets to a home race.
Yep. Huset's to be second to that.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, with the big win, we better get your apparel. How do you get apparel? Because hopefully a lot of people want to buy your stuff.
Hopefully. You go to Ryan Timms or shopryantimms.com and everything's on there. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, everything.
That's awesome. And you have several designs, don't you?
Yep, a lot of new designs, and then we got definitely one new one coming out. But as of now, we just got one new one. So would
Alright.
appreciate it if anyone would like to support us and help this deal happen.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think we even got a new one coming out one of these days.
Yeah, we do. I gotta get a hold of Brett again. He's been a little bit lately, but we got a propane pusher one coming out here pretty soon. So
Nice.
that's
Well, I'll trade you a shirt. I'll trade you shirts if you guys want to.
We'll do that.
absolutely, absolutely. So
What size you need?
Medium.
Medium. Oh, that's right. He's little.
Yeah.
We need like 2 X's on
I
our
was
end.
gonna say extra small. He's so tall though.
Yeah. So we gotta get a medium tall maybe for him.
Tall and 150 pounds less than me.
Yep.
All the big boy sizes.
That's right. Well, we really appreciate you, Ryan, coming on and just chit-chatting real quick about your huge win. And not everybody can say they're a Knoxville, feature winner in the 410. So congrats on that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yep. And we'll definitely stop by and say hi on Sunday.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. See you
ya.
then.
All right, see you guys.
Bye bye.